Well, hey everyone, and welcome back to another week here at Be a Warrior podcast. I am your host, Angie, and I am an above knee amputee. I have been for 5 years now. This week, I decided that we need to revisit the phantom pain thing. I want to really quick share with you what's been happening lately. If you've been following me, you see my social media has blown up because I am in the middle of a Muscle and Fitness HERS competition. It is to be on the cover and have a spread in their magazine, and it is a mainstream magazine, one that I don't think I've ever seen an amputee on the cover of. So I would love that honor to be the first. But second, there is a cash prize, and that cash prize, I wanted to let you know, because I have quite a few of you now that listen, that this competition was first and foremost started, I applied to be in it because I wanted to get active again. Believe it or not, this is how I go about it. I don't just go, let's make a goal, let's get to the gym tomorrow. I'm like, what can we do that's huge? Because when I do something like this, I don't do it half-assed. I go full in, 110%. And I will not let myself down. I refuse to cheat or lie or steal to get to the end result. It is a journey, and sometimes we need big carrots in front of our journey. So I wanted you to know that with the money that's earned, I have 2 nonprofits that I want to donate all of it to. One is my good friend Sunny Parker, who runs Arizona Foothills 911, which is a local area here in the Carefree Cave Creek, Arizona area. And she does everything from search and rescue and helping hikers get off trails and finding them, and helping our sheriff office, our firefighters. She is fueling and communicating with the firefighters, especially right now. We're in the midst of a fire season like no other. We already had 2 big ones, one right here in our own backyard. It was way too close for comfort. And there are now 4 just east of us, probably about 20 miles away, that we can see the smoke from our backyard as well. And they are growing and they are moving rapidly. And she's there to support them, but she also helps people understand that how to, prepare your property for fire season so you don't lose your home or your family members or the things that are precious to you. She opens up our rodeo grounds and mans them for people that need to bring big livestock and animals there for safety away from the fires if the family has to be removed in the case of fire safety. And she has equine that she rescues, and I have been there to love on them, groom them, take care of them, and train them to use as equine therapy animals for first responders. And I'm hoping for people like me who just need to find their center peace. And I can't think of any better animal than a horse to help you with that. I am a firsthand recipient of that amazing gift, and it is phenomenal. So she's amazing. What she does for the community, I want to give back to her so she can have some room to breathe and have some financial stability there. The other one is my prosthetists at the Limb Center have created Limbs for Humanity. Look them up. They're brand new. They've been doing the work for a couple years now based on their own money that they have been working and earning at their prosthetic company to bring limbs to people that are underserved or have no financial means to buy a $30,000 leg just so they can start working again or get back to life again. And that means a lot to me, so much that I was able to get on ABC 15 last night, and they did a piece on my guys and why they are so important to me winning this competition. And so if you get a chance to look at abc15arizona.com, I think is the place, look for the article on me or the news report on me. It's only like 2.5, almost 3 minutes long, but Cameron did an amazing job at ABC 15. So that is my shameless plug. I will put where you can vote and the link you can share, because sharing is the best way to go about it. It is free to vote, but I need you to vote every day, because this is a long competition. We're in the midst of like week 3 or 4 now, and I'm right now currently standing in first place, but I have to be in first place till next Thursday, otherwise I'm out. So next week is going to be a tough one, like all the way to the end of the wire. I know next Thursday night will be everyone scrapping in the top 5 to be number 1. So I need all the help I can get. It takes a big village for me to win this, and to be able to give this financial gain to these 2 amazing nonprofits. And I'm hoping being on the cover will inspire other amputees, other women my age, to get out and try something new, step out of your comfort zone, and love the body you have. So please, if you can spare like 30 seconds every day until the first week of July, hopefully, knock on wood, I get that far, so that I can win this for the sake of many, many, many other people that can benefit from it, I would greatly appreciate it. I just want to make a difference in this world, and I can through Limbs for Humanity, through Arizona Foothills 911, and in hopefully the amputee community by being present on a mainstream magazine. So going into this, I decided I wanted to talk about phantom pain today because it is so very real and a part of every day, every month, every year life of an amputee. Some have it less often, some more often. Some people can handle it, some people struggle with it. It is definitely something that can completely destroy your day or your week. It is a mental game of the most epic proportions. And the only thing I can tell you is whatever I tell you has worked or not worked for me, worked or not worked for me. And if you are going through this, I'm hoping that the things you hear me speak about, that you will put them in your own toolbox to try the next time you have a problem. If you're an amputee and you have phantom pain, but understand that you have to go through these and experience these and try different things for yourself in the midst of the pain to know what works for you. Everybody has a different pain threshold, right? And everybody's body is different, and everybody reacts differently to what they're doing. So even though you might be a female my age with a left above knee amputation, wearing the same kind of socket I am from my guys, doesn't mean that you and I are going to feel the same things. We are going to experience everything completely different. And my phantom pains might happen once every 6-7 months, and yours might happen monthly. Right now, I can tell you, I just had to shift because the phantom sensation in my leg is so intense right now. It's burning and tingling. Like I feel my foot. I feel my foot's on fire. I kind of feel my calf, but really it's the foot. And I wanted to bring this up because I have done podcasts on phantom pain, but I find it interesting that all of a sudden, because I'm going through this competition, maybe I'm seeing and talking to more people, but people are now starting to ask me questions about what it's really like, especially two-leggers. And so I thought, you know what? This is probably a good time to do it because I just went through it and I had to keep marching forward because this competition I'm in the midst of doing is a very social popularity contest. It isn't about my physique. It isn't about the magazine editors picking someone that they think is most deserving or looks the best or is more, tries different things and puts on different hats and is well-rounded. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with all the people that I connect with. And if you know me and you like what you hear and see, then you'll maybe vote for me and you might share for me and you might spread the word for me or you might delete me, whatever it might be. And so with that being said, if I have a bout with phantom pain and I want to stick my head under a pillow for a week, that is going to change everything for this competition. And I'm in the throes of this. First place right now, but things can change very drastically by next Thursday. if I get through this Thursday. The top 5 go through this Thursday, but next Thursday, only the number 1 goes through. So with that being said, phantom pain cannot kick my butt, and I cannot go hide and pretend life is just not there for me. So how do we go about doing it? Well, if you saw my post, and what I think started the conversation was, I said, suck it, phantom pain, I'm back at it. And I was at the gym, and I was feeling really empowered by my own mental strength to overcome the day before, because it sucked. I mean, fully sucked. And actually, it wasn't even the day before, it was 2 days. 2 days later, I went to the gym. Sunday, I woke up, last Sunday, not this previous one, Memorial Day weekend, Sunday, and my family and I, we were getting up early to watch the F1. And after watching it, and I was fine. I was dressed, I had my leg on, I was normal. But that was like maybe 2 hours after being up. I all of a sudden started to feel something, and I knew right away that something was off with my foot, my non-foot. And I realized that something, you kind of get this feeling inside like, uh-oh, because you don't know this until you know this, and you only know this stuff through experience. And I know me well enough as an amputee after 5 years when something is happening and something not good is coming. And sure enough, I don't even know when it happened, but I got the first stabbing pain in my non-foot and went, uh-oh. Okay, hopefully it's just that one. And I tried to kind of shimmy my leg a little, moved a little bit, changed how I was sitting, where I was at. And nope, sure enough, it was the onslaught of a very long day. Basically, to explain to you the best I can, if you've never experienced it, because you're not an amputee, and even if you are an amputee, you may not have experienced this yet. It feels like someone is sitting underneath my foot, taking a very long, sharp knife, big, and shoving it right up through my foot along the bone on the outer edge. Right in the meaty part, straight up in there, and pulling it out. Now, you can imagine how you might scream or gasp the first time something shoots right up into your foot like that, and it takes your breath away. You have that happen over and over again. Your mind starts telling you that it can't be cut open anymore down there. It is so raw. And then you start feeling what feels like a very physical pain, and it's only mental, because you look down and there is no flesh, there is no knife, there is no bone, there is nothing. But your brain is telling you you are being cut open multiple times. And I'm telling you, it comes and goes so fast and so hard and so often. It at times was every 15 seconds. And then some days, some moments it would be a minute. You never knew. So if it would stop and you'd be like, okay. Sometimes I felt like I would bring it on by thinking about it. So in the same respect, I would try to, after I, breathed in really hard, gasping from the pain, I would try to relax, because what I'd found is I had clenched my hands or grabbed my clothes really hard, and I'd clench my teeth really hard. I'm surprised I didn't break any teeth, because it happened, even if it was only every 10 minutes, you're talking 6 times an hour for, let's say, 10 to 12 hours while you're awake. It was nonstop all day. I tried taking my leg off and being out in the sun, just enjoying the weather. That was horrible. I got into a cool water pool, thinking maybe that would feel better. Nope. Still would zing me, and I just had my residual limb. I would pull my leg up because I'd be bracing for something going through my foot, right? And it would go on and on and on. And it truly becomes a mental fortitude game. You have to be stronger up here in your brain than what is going on down there. And a lot of times that is literally telling yourself, there is no foot, stop. You can't be hurting there. It isn't coming from there. It's up in your residual limb. And that's why a lot of people will try like tap therapy on their limb, trying to hit the nerve that's upset and kind of jar it or redirect it. I don't know what the purpose is, but there is some theory behind a vibration technology or tapping. Um, it is so bad that your focus is non-existent. You can't sleep because the moment you quiet yourself, that's when you feel it hit harder. You can't read a book because you can't focus hard enough to actually read the first word before you feel it coming on and zinging you, and then you lose your place and you got to start all over. I tried watching movies that I thought would be entertaining and funny. That didn't matter. Like I said, tried to get in the pool. I was playing with my dog, talking to my dog, pretending that it wasn't happening. But then, like lightning, it would strike me again, and I would lose all sense of clarity in that moment. Um, and to be quite honest, there was so many tears shed that day as I would pace my hallway. And I'm not the kind of person that wishes days away. Like, as a little kid, we used to wish for Christmas, right? And you'd wish away the days, like, come on, come on, come on. It doesn't matter about Thanksgiving. It doesn't matter about this. It doesn't matter. It's almost Christmas. And then Christmas would come and go, and you'd be like, oh, and it would be such a letdown. I don't like doing that. I don't like that letdown. But I'll tell you what, this is one of those times where you wish the day away. You just want a new day, and hopefully it'll be better. And sometimes it's not. With phantom pain, I've had 4 really bad bouts of phantom pain in 5 years, and those things lasted 3 to 5 days. Solid. That meant no sleep at night because I couldn't get comfortable because it would keep zinging me. And it would be different zings. Like this one in the bottom of my foot, I've had this one multiple times and it sucks. But I've also had where I feel like someone's sticking a knife under my shin bone and cutting straight down my shin bone every step. And that one is literally every step. This one was, it didn't matter if I was walking or not. And then there's some that just vibrate everything. The hamstring hurts, everything is just painful and nothing stops it. So I've had people ask, well, how do you stop it? You can't. You can't. It runs its course. You have to be stronger than the length of time it wants to hide in your body and work its magic. I use a lot of breathing techniques. I do a lot of slow breathing. I find that I have to because otherwise I'm tense, I'm tightened up, and I feel like if I'm tightened up, that causes more problems. So I work on slowing things down and I take deep breaths. And when I feel it coming on, I try very hard not to tense up. But that is easier said than done. So the phantom pains that strike you like this, I talk about a toolbox. The toolbox, people ask all the time. I've seen this on Facebook groups and I hear this in our chat rooms and stuff like, what do you do to help get through this? And I really hope that if you are someone giving advice, that you say to the person you're answering, I don't know what will work for you, but I tried this and this was helpful. Not, this is the only thing that will work. Because there are people that believe that, and when they think that if they try icing their limb and it doesn't work, but you said this is the only thing that works, and they believe that that's the only thing that works, they stop trying, and it puts people in a mental tailspin that is really hard to recover from. And I talk to people, it's very easy to see me and judge me that when I'm out and about, that everything's hunky-dory and being an amputee is easy. And for the most part, I don't think about the challenges. I just don't. But don't for one second think that I sometimes am not walking the halls of my home by myself crying, swearing, and clenching my teeth because the pain is so extreme and I can't get out of it. And the only thing I can do is buy my time until it decides it's run its course and it's done. Or sometimes it is so bad that I actually pass out because I'm so tired. And I finally just fall asleep because I can't take it anymore. So be kind when you hear people looking for help. Be kind if you notice someone that's out there kicking butt, but you think they have it all together. We don't have it all together. I don't have it all together. And that is probably why this competition means so very much to me, because for me to be able to do this long-term social event where I'm always chipper and thanking people and rooting other people on for sharing my story and helping me, because I mean it, I do. But there are days when that is almost next to impossible because of the way I feel. But I know that if I want to win this for Limbs for Humanity and Arizona Foothills 911 and for other amputees in this world, then I need to be my best self as much as I possibly can. And Phantom Pain has a way of saying, no, not today. And it is tough. What I will tell you though is as you go through them, the episodes of Phantom Pain, even phantom sensation, you start learning how your body and your mind can handle it. And you start learning what works for you. And when you start figuring things out, you can tell people what you've tried. But please don't advise them that that is the only way or this is the best way. Because for you, yes. But for her, no. For him, no. And everyone needs a starting point. And that's what those of us that are veterans at it should be doing, is giving them some tools to try. But really, unless you have tried those and then think outside the box for yourself, you're not going to know what's really going to work for you. Unless you go through it and you're working on it. Like literally when I have phantom pain, I sit there and I try this, and then I try this. I take my leg off. I readjust my leg. I tried the cold pool. I tried walking. I tried sitting with my legs bent and up on the couch. I tried so many different things that day. And quite frankly, I finally did pass out on the couch because I just thought, let me put my knees up. Let me lean my leg this way and take the pressure off of this nerve in my groin area and see if that helps. And I was out. And I think I slept for an hour. So I got 1 hour reprieve until I had a little whisper of a knife in my foot again. And that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like somebody whispering, hey, I'm going to get you. Just be ready. Here, wait, yep, here, there it is. And all of a sudden, the next thing you know, you are zinging with pain. So is there a way to get through it? Sometimes it's just figuring out how you can get through it with your mental state intact. And that is not an easy task. I know that I'm not literally hurting my foot. I know there's no blood, there's no broken flesh, there's no knife, but my mental game is either going to get destroyed or it's going to get stronger through every episode. And I choose to get stronger. But there are days in the midst of it that I feel like the weakest person in the world that can't keep my stuff together. And so if you're going through it, if you are just struggling, if you are in tears because the pain is so intense, but no one seems to hear you or understand it, I get you. I've been there. I was there last week. And it happens, and it's going to happen again. I hate to say it, but without being a Debbie Downer, that gives you at least a glimpse in what you have to do to get through the next episode and the next episode. And I promise you, you will get stronger mentally for it, but that does not mean you are going to be stonewalling it every time. You are going to get broken every time, but it is in the breaking that we can then rebuild and we can build up stronger, right? So don't think of it as breaking down as a weakness and you just stunk that episode up. Instead, take that as a moment that says, you know what? That was really, really hard. I learned a lot about me. And like running or like learning a new language, unless you use those muscles, you're going to be weak, right? You can't just run a marathon. Your muscles have to be trained. Your body has to be trained. Your lungs have to be trained. We have to train our mental game too. And I can be the strongest mental person in the world. You guys have seen me there. And in the same breath, in the midst of a phantom pain sensation, whatever episode, I can feel like the weakest, broken person I've ever been. Even last week. I mean, I don't cry often, last week, it kicked my butt for a good day. And that's why I posted, and I don't post things like that, but it was, you know what? It was suck it, phantom pain. I won this one because I could have just I know going to the gym will piss off nerves and I could start it up again. I knew how fresh it was. It could totally happen again. And I came out unscathed on the other side. It did not come back. I won that bout and I kicked that nerve's butt, and I am not going to allow that to happen to me again. But will I be in tears again? Will I be clenching my fist in my jaw trying to get through pain that seems imaginary? Yeah, I probably will, because that's just what life is as an amputee. So hopefully this gives you some inspiration and insight. I hope it wasn't a Debbie Downer moment, but I wanted you to hear my story of a recent episode and how I have to go about it, and that it's okay to cry through some of those moments because they are so very real to us. And if you ever are that amputee going through that and you need someone to talk it through, please reach out to me. I am here for that. I want to be here for that. I will not give you advice, but I will tell you what I have tried, what I like and what I didn't like. But it's up to you to have the right tools in your toolbox to help you out in your time of need. And the only way to do it is by going through it and trying different things in the midst of the pain, because you won't know what's going to work until you're in the heat of it. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this podcast. And I appreciate, if you are someone who's been voting for me, you are amazing. If you are willing to vote free for me every day until this competition is won or done, please take the link that's going to be in everywhere I post my podcasts and on my social media accounts in Instagram and in Facebook. I'm also on LinkedIn and TikTok, but not as much. And please share it. The desire to win this for the people that I know this will change their lives for, I want this more than anything in the world. And I want to win this so that people know that despite the hardships of a changed physical life, that we as amputees can stand strong and do something spectacular with it. So until next time, and as always, you have my heart, you have me thinking of you and hoping you have a blessed week. Be healthy, be happy, be you.